Welcome back, everyone. Yumitator, and I'm bringing you game one of the third week of Myth Kickballers. And for this particular game, or this particular series, I should say, Milkman did challenge Rat King for these series of games. 5 games I'm going to be doing. Once again, game one here. And Rat King did best Donsky in the week prior to this. So in terms of Myth Kickballers, like if it's going to continue or not, it very well could continue. I don't really know if it will or not. I know Rat King had kind of he had kind of fostered it for the first 3 weeks, and I think he's just kind of letting it go. If it does continue, it'll probably do so independent of any kind of effort on his part. But I don't know. We'll see. You can always check at the goal.com, GJOL.com. I believe that's what it is. Anyway, check that out. That's kind of like the Myth Hub right now for tournaments and organized things like that. Organized playing. Anyway, back to this game. It's Desert. Desert Between Your Ears, to be more specific. As you can see, I got some detailed textures. This is a detailed texture pack from John God, I believe. Although it's not, it's still in beta. He just, was kind enough to let me use it for now. And yeah, what is it? It's I think it's Territories. Interestingly enough, we're still playing Territories. And here's Milkman's team. He got Professional Killer, I believe that's Renwood, Kruniak, Mercadon, Gamer, Sam the Butcher, and Scratch for this particular game. And opposite him, Rat King picked up 10, and Kermisi, who I believe were both from, they were both on his team, the R3 team, in the Myth World Cup of last year. In addition to those players, he also has Adrenaline, Donsky, Paladise, as I've been told is how to pronounce that, Father Xmas, and myself. So I definitely was not chosen first, and in fact, both teams kind of waffled on, or both captains kind of waffled on choosing me, and I was kind of left to the very end. I wasn't the last person chosen, but I wasn't really like high up on anyone's list, I think. Yeah, it's no surprise because I'm not really known for my myth skill or anything like that. I don't have a whole lot of skill. In fact, I'm not really that good, to be honest. But I think what it is like my reaction time isn't very good. Like, not just reaction time, but my clicking speed, clicking skills. Like, I can tell people, like, I don't know. I'm just not as good as other players. Other players that have been playing this game for as long as I have, if not longer, in a lot of cases. So, territories, everyone's gonna be splitting up, and yeah, so it looks like Rat King's actually going to sink a couple whites, if I'm not mistaken.
Flag captured.
And I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing.
Flag
Maybe he's waiting for these whites to be healed because I guess he wants a pus packet. Over here we got a Kruniak pack, a Dwarf and Warriors, Professional Killers on the south flank with him. Sinking this white is Milkman. I guess that's not really south. It's more like, midfield. It's kind of like halfway between the southern crossing here and then the mid crossing there. So it's kind of being utility.
Flag captured.
In a good spot to go either way. Donsky's going to push across and scout, just see what there is to be seen. Rat King probably going to tag that white. And by tag, I mean he's probably going to try to focus that down before it can reach the deep there. This white's going to go in there, and instead of letting itself get killed, it just explodes on the goal. So the southern area, Adrenaline's going to scout that out. It looks like another white was tagged here. I think it was it Kruniak that got that? I didn't really see what happened. Maybe it was two whites colliding. That's probably more or less what it was. So I think Rat King's team was able to sink a white in here. And now there's going to be some archer dueling. So there's Sam the Butcher and Scratch with Renwood going to be squaring off with Donsky and myself at the mid crossing. In the southern crossing, Looks like Rat King's team is going to push a little bit with 10 and Adrenaline, basically on the archers there with Kremisi, I think, also there. And these units, Professional Killer and Kruniak, are going to array themselves to kind of slow down that push. Meanwhile, in the north, there's not a whole lot happening. I think Mercadon. Wait a second. Yeah, so Merc and Gamer are kind of. I think they wanted to cross, but they're not sure if it's wise to do so because they want to come in and do like a flank, do a little pinch, a surround of sorts. But at the same time, they're kind of wary. They don't want a force to come down, that's waiting in the wings to come down and cut them off and surround them. It's kind of risky business sometimes. So you got to take that into account. And also, if they were to do that, they would be, and if they were to do that and not have any resistance, they're basically out of the game for this entire duration until they reach kind of this area. And then the mid could probably push. The south can push, dominate on Milkman's side, and basically they would be the only force left. So they want to be able to come back and relieve the mid from something like that occurring.
Captured.
So it looks like Gamer's going to join the archer fight. And let's go ahead and throw up F7. It's looking pretty close in terms of percentages. Not a whole lot of action just yet. There's some stuff happening here in the south. It looks like 10's going to try to focus down a couple of these goals, these pus goals. Goals can run up and down this terrain here, while other units are not able to do that. So that's something to keep in mind for this map also. Pretty useful information to know. And in the mid, it's going to be basically just a lot of archering around. And where did Donsky go? Is Donsky still around? Here he is. What is Donsky doing? I think he's trying to lure. I think Donsky's trying to lure these people. And see, I didn't want to give away that we had a white, so I wanted to move out with like a couple of thrall and have them like satisfy themselves that there's nothing in there, because I'm pretty sure they know that there's something in there. But it looked like a white when it popped out, and I think Rat King turned it around and brought it back in because he wants these units to clump up around this side of that pool so that white can detonate on them, which might happen. But now I'm starting to think that with that little maneuver, that that's not likely to happen. So I think I kind of screwed up there. If I were smart, I probably would have not done anything like that and just let it sit and let them try to let them kind of clump on this side. But I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. I think they're a little bit smarter than that. I don't think such a noob move is going to work. Once again, just posturing. Not a whole lot happening in the south. The Rat King squads, 10, Adrenaline and Kremisi did push a little bit, but then retreated back across the river here. The middle, once again, not doing a whole lot. Donsky's going to move in and engage again. Renwood using his journeyman a little bit offensively, trying to keep those goals. Oh no! Rat King with the push shot, but it basically got deflected, and then also dudded. So kind of sucked. Couple of these archers going down. Mercadon losing a couple of archers. This archer will survive. This one might go down though. Yeah, there it goes. And is this one going to go down? That one goes down too. So I'm not sure. He may have been elsewhere doing something else. As all of a sudden we're looking pretty good. 81-84%. We have a slight advantage. There is a goal in the backfield. Kremisi, making some mayhem. And we're pretty lucky that there are no whites of theirs, at least over here. We do still have this white, but I don't think it's going to be used at this point. I don't think they were going to cross, or I'm not sure if they are ever going to try to cross. I do still have these archers. There are these 10 is here,
Flag
and Donsky is here. And now Renwood is going to use basically the thrall wall maneuver to try to push back our archers. And pretty good use of defensive pus, although this one does, and that's free for the taking. Renwood, though, is going to block that from being able to be picked up by our goal here. He's going to try to block that goal from throwing a pus packet and trying to pick that one up. Some archers getting destroyed in the ensuing chaos. We'll go ahead and back out here and show you a bird's eye view of the action. So Rat King tried to throw that pus, but another dudded pus packet there. And now Renwood is trying to back out of here because there's nothing to back this up. I'm going to try to focus down a couple of these units and get a couple of kills for my archers. I think I may have lost an archer there. Because if I do that, then my archers will, their accuracy will increase a little bit, and I'm not sure if their firing rate increases at all, but I know that that they do shoot with a little bit more accuracy. And that was a small pus packet there. He's going to pick up a bigger one. Rat King, he's going to pick up this one that dudded, but oh, he goes to pick it up, but almost loses that goal. He's going to try to juke these archers.
Flag.
At the same time, these archers are doing a pretty good job of dodging our arrows. Donsky's down to one archer. And while this is happening, I mean, we have Adrenaline right here. We have, you know, Kramisi right there also. So they went ahead and crossed because their mid needed to be reinforced. So it's down to, they're down like 7 percentage points at this point in time. So they're being flanked, and Adrenaline's trying to focus down that dwarf. I think he needs to maybe work on the archers. So we're gonna try to double up on those archers and put them at a disadvantage there. Kramisi's going to try to fend off these pus goals. I don't know if he's going to be able to do so. He does dodge that one, and you know, that defensive pus works a little bit. That small pus will freeze, but it doesn't do any damage to that dwarf. So I'm not sure if Kruniak is going to rush in here or not. I sincerely doubt it. That was pretty interesting, where that dwarf bottle hit that goal, and that goal dropped its pus packet, freezing some of these warriors, doing some damage.
Flag contested.
Yeah, that Professional Killer's goal not going to be able to do anything. So I think this is going to be okay, except for Kruniak's dwarf. I think these guys need to be careful, need to watch out for that. As while this is happening, there is some stuff going on. These archers are going to be able to focus down, I think, a lot of these units, and maybe push and grab this flag. At the same time, there's a little bit of goal stuff happening here with Mercredon doing a flank and trying to take this flag. He might be able to do so because there are no archers. So some archers are probably going to retreat, probably 10s. Meanwhile, over here, Adrenaline's going to try to save that dwarf.
1 minute.
He's not going to be able to do so, I think. Yeah, although he does get that last minute kill. So yeah, that southern force was cleaned up by I believe Kruniak and Scratch working together, Professional Killer also. Meanwhile, this flag is pretty much taken. Some more archer duels going on. I remember paying so much attention to my archers and trying to keep them from dying that Rat King had to basically take my thrall. I think this is the thrall that I had. He's going to try to march them in and basically try to keep this flag from falling. 10 is also going to retreat and try to focus down that dwarf and push these forces, Mercredon, off the flag. At the same time, I believe Renwood is going to try to focus down. I got a lucky shot off that. That was a control click shot, I believe. which I don't do very often, but I got so frustrated that I started doing it in this particular game. Some more flags being taken here. Professional Killer and Scratch able to focus down the bottom southwest flag. Take that for their team. They're able to take both of these southern flags. However, Mercadon not able to take this flag here to tie it. Also, I think I'm going to be able to, with I believe Father Xmas, secure this flag here from Renwood. Although these units are probably going to get hurt. However, 10 is going to reinforce us. And so it's not Renwood, it's Sam the Butcher. And Sam the Butcher and Renwood were together. But we definitely took these top flags. As you can see, Gamer was trying to contest it, but there's deep water and goals are not really able to go in the deep water, so he was going to be chased out by Donsky or killed. As you can see, his life is really low. Also, nobody was on this flag, so we were able to retain that. We had Paladise. Paladise was able to take that and hold it. Meanwhile, over here, I think 10 was able to keep not Renwood, but Mercadon at bay. As you can see, Mercadon is retreating. So 10 with his archers, just with archers remaining, it looks like, able to hold that flag. I think Mercadon could have pushed, but would have risked losing everything, as the archers probably would have focused down these warriors. Look how many kills, 4 kills on that warrior there. Pretty good. The warriors probably would have been focused down to buy the dwarf time to move in. And the dwarf, if it dodged really well, could have taken the archers out, but super risky because it only takes a few hits to take out that unit. And it looks like Kremisi healing himself in the bottom here, so I guess he was able to well, he wasn't able to take the flag, but I guess, I don't know, maybe he was thinking that he was going to be able to later on, but yeah, it doesn't really look like. That was the only unit that I think Rat King's team had in the south, and I don't think it would have been able to take it from that warrior. It might have been able to if it healed up, but just not enough time, and I really doubt it would have been able to, because it's, you know, warriors are faster. And then once again, Professional Killer taking that flag there. Scratch trying to move in. But yeah, we just had too much on this flag anyway. I think I had 1 archer remaining, and they had Sam the Butcher did a pretty good job with his archer in focusing down my archers. But we also had, I don't know, it could have been close. If the game was a little bit longer, this could have turned out a little bit differently. Because as you can see, 52 kills to 54 losses, and interestingly enough, 45 kills, 62 losses. So there was some friendly fire going on for Milkman's team. And our team too. Also, since obviously we had 7 more losses than kills, and they had 10 more losses than kills, than we had kills. But yeah, go ahead and look at some of these players. Yeah, looks like Kruniak did the best on Milkman's team for damage with 70, though Mercadon had 12 kills. I think Mercadon did pretty good since he was able to flank and force some units to fall back to that flag, although in the end he wasn't able to take it. And he did lose some archers over here. He just kind of gave up on them. For our team, looks like Donsky had damage. He tied, I think, with Kruniak at 70, and then Adrenaline with 11 kills. So Mercadon with the most kills in the game. And yeah, it is pretty close. That was a pretty good game. Anyway, that's going to be it for game number 1. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and we'll see you in game number 2. Oh, where was that white?